fans? Jeremy from Sugar Forest Bricks, and welcome to another tips and tricks video. Now, I had planned to do a tips and tricks video on cleaning your models, etc. Unfortunately, I don't have many built, so that really wasn't going to be easy to film. And my method for cleaning bulk Lego is kind of out because we have some plumbing issues on the farmhouse. If you don't know, I live in a rather old farmhouse. The plumbing is somewhat uh, old and not done correctly. So I had to have that fixed. It is fixed now, but not in time to do a bricks and or tips and tricks video. So that will probably be our March sequence. Will be cleaning Lego. However, this month we're going to talk about ordering and building my method. Now, this isn't an unboxing video per se. However, we did get some product in. So my typical method of building, and I don't have my laptop ready, but I will show some screenshots, of course, is to build on Stud.io. It's a product, so Lego software from Bricklink. And I use that to design my models. And I'll use that for pretty much everything from tiny little things, like I demonstrated before on the... I posted a picture of one of the airlock doors that I make. So I'll do tiny little things like that just to get piece count and the pieces together. And then I'll do larger mocks in there. Unfortunately, the computer that I use right now has a very small RAM. So I can't do huge stuff because you end up with lots and lots and lots of parts, and you end up with lots and lots and lots of rendering. So you need lots and lots of memory. But for the smaller stuff, it works great. And there's a lot of things with Stud.io that you can do beyond just building your own thing. You can take and you can build Lego models within it and then modify them. So say, for example, and I don't have anything with me, but you buy a Lego set, you can take that set and you can make a palette of all the parts. Then you can build it in the digital realm and modify it as you see fit. So say you buy a sports car from Lego and it's red or yellow, and you want to make it green or blue. You can take that, build that palette, and then change those colors as you see fit and make the model yours. Or say that the windscreen is something different and you want to change the mirrors. Things that you would do in person, you can do those things within the digital realm, and then you can order those pieces or find those pieces or get a piece list and make that your own. So that's how I build. Not the Lego palette thing, but I build, get a parts list, and then find the product. So the last couple things that I'm building, and I don't have an example. Let's cut real quick. So for an example, years ago I designed this container. Oh, it's actually missing pieces. I designed it in Lego Digital Designer. I don't even know if that's around anymore. I designed this piece, or this set, or this item, whatever you want to call it. And it's a container, much as the studio is, and this is my model of 40-foot container. And I used a offset jumper plate to make the ribs and such like that. We're not really talking about the mock per se. But I designed this in the digital realm. I bought the pieces, and Lego shipped them directly to me. However, it's somewhat dated. I do like the method, but I wanted to update it because these I use 1x1 plates in the corners, and it doesn't really work well. So there's a couple new pieces I want to try. So basically, I took this same concept and I designed it in Stud.io, and I exported a part list with the new build. All right, so here's what I was talking about. This is the item in question. This is the P&O 40-foot container that I want to remake. And this is in the program Stud.io. And you can see here that I've already digitally built the new container as I want it. And this isn't supposed to be Stud.io tutorial specifically. So, but the synopsis is you have parts over here, and you have colors over here, and you basically build this thing in the digital realm. But what I was talking about is once I'm done and I'm happy with the outcome here, and I'm using bricks for the logo instead of stickers because I don't want to do stickers right now. But once you have what you want to build, you go up here to model, go down to model info, And this will tell you everything that you have. And it'll update. As you can see now, it's trying to update with my internet, which is probably not going to work very well. But you can see all the parts that you utilized. And if there's any errors, any parts that don't exist in the Lego world, it'll show up here. And then once you're happy with that, you can actually add this to your wanted list on Bricklink. So you click add to wanted list. It's going to come up with a page, and you're going to upload it. And it's going to look like this. And if you haven't done a wanted list on Bricklink, this is again not a tutorial, but you'll proceed to verify items. And then what you'll do is you go through and you'll verify it, and you'll end up with this screen here. So this will be all the parts that you just built in the digital world, everything you need that you want to build. And then, of course, you can go and you can buy all, you can select, you can sort, you can go to various stores, etc. But that's basically what I was getting at, is you build it in the digital world, export it to Bricklink, and you can buy the pieces. So I'll get back to the video. This is just a quick snapshot. And that is what I've been collecting in here. So these are all the pieces that I need to make the updated version of this. And this is just for one container. So I go on a digital designer and I'll draw it out. I'll find all the pieces. I'll export that list and to Bricklink, and I'll create a wanted list. Now when I create a wanted list, I'll end up with all those pieces. Then I can go through my own collection, through my inventory, and I can find and I can pick and I can choose, and I get all those pieces and I set them aside into a bin until I have them all. And on my wanted list, I'll delete them off of there so that I don't end up buying them. What I'm left with is a list on Bricklink of pieces that I don't have in my collection that I need to create this item. And like I said, this tub is for one item. And if I had more than one item, or say I wanted to build 4 of them or 5 of them at a time, I'll just put them all in the same one. I won't use a bin for every separate one, but I'll have the same wanted list for everything I'm going to buy for that product or for that build. Then I'll go on and make a wanted list, and I'll buy the product. So here, what I did was, tiles are a lot cheaper from Lego Direct. So these are from the Pick-a-Brick at Lego, and these are all best sellers, so they ship right from Illinois, and I have all these pieces. So I'll get a bin. These came in from Lego. They're all new bricks. I'll open them up. I'll dump them in there. And then I have my list, and I can verify that all the tiles that came in were in there. And I'll set that aside. So I know those came in. Some of these items were for other builds. Some of these were for this build. So I have to go back through all those parts lists and find them. We can set that aside. And this is another one that came in. This was from a Bricklink order. And this is the same situation. I bought all these pieces. They all came in. Now I have to go and I have to sort through them, find out what build they go into. So I'll dump those in a bin. These bins come in really handy for this kind of thing. And this seller shipped them all in one bin, which is fine. They're all, well, these are used, and then the rest of these are new. So I'll dump those aside, just so I can get a count. So I can go through these now, and I can go and I can verify on the computer. I can verify the quantity that I ordered against this part list was what came in, and then I can go through and I can put them into the appropriate bins that they go into. So that's the method I use, and that works best for me. Building in Stud.io, finding what I have in my own collection, and then ordering what I don't want. and then I set it aside and I put it in these bins until I get the whole thing. So once I have everything here, and there's nothing left on that wanted list, I know all the parts that I needed to build that are in here. Then I can go back into Stud.io, and if I did it right, I can actually generate instructions to actually build this. I know I didn't do it for this one, but if I'm thinking ahead, I can do that. So that will end up being the new container to replace this one. In the meantime, all these other bins of parts, I have to figure out where they go, and so that's what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go through these and then put them away, and we'll come back when I'm done. All right. So while you were away, I went and I counted out everything that I got in these orders. From the Bricklink and the Lego order, and I validated the inventory was correct, so I got what I ordered. And then I also got out all the bins for the stuff that I have for the wanted lists for the products that I'm ordering, or the projects that I'm ordering these pieces for. So as you can see here, there's quite a few tubs. Total of, what that looks like 12, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So I have 12 individual products that I'm ordering parts for. Now, neither of these orders completed any of those one build, so that's why they're going to stay in the totes. But we can go through the list real quick, and I'll get them all sorted into those bins, and then we'll come back. So we took all the parts that we got in, and obviously extras. So these are used. These are new. And those are new. So, like I said, yeah, that was just and we didn't actually have anything for this one. I got that one out mistake. So it was 11 total parts, or 11 total builds that we got parts for. Some of them we get pretty close. This is for that container, like I mentioned before, and it's almost to the end. All the parts are almost here. Quickly, we talk about the extras. So a lot of times, what happens is Bricklink sellers will have, if I need 15, if they have like 20 of them, I'll just buy the whole lot and I'll put the rest in my extras. I can always use more parts. So I keep these aside because they are new, and I have a special bin that I put them into. But until we start actually put the store back up, it's kind of just a waste. And these are used. These just get put in the bin more with the other ones if I have any. So chances are the reason I ordered them, we didn't have any. So they'll have a whole new bin. We got to store those into. So that's why that happens. Like I said, if they have a certain amount, I'll buy it. Especially if there's something like the container where I'm going to build more than one, I'll just buy whatever they have that I think I'll need, and then just deal with that later. So I set myself a price cap, and I go up to that point, including shipping, and it is what it is. So now what'll happen is I went through all these and I put them in there. I went through and I updated my wanted lists on Bricklink with all these items. So now today, when I get done, I will go back through and I'll find a part that I need the most of. So like, for example, if one of these sets, like, then we'll go with the container. If I'll look at the container wanted list, and if there's a part on there that I'm missing, like one of, or 2 or 3 of. Now, if they're tiles, I already ordered a whole bunch from Denmark, so those will all be on the way. But if I need another part, I'll start with that item, and I'll find it. And then once I get to that person's store, I'll shop my other wanted lists, and I'll see if they have enough. Now, if they don't have enough of what I'm looking for, or if, there's fees that I don't want to pay, or if it's not a high enough volume to get past that point, I'll find another retailer. But that's how I look for things. Another example is on the Grand Emporium. So this one right here, this wanted list is for the Grand Emporium's second floor, because I have the set and add a second floor, so that has 2 second floors, so that makes it overall 4 stories tall. This has that dark green window. That is a rare piece. It's only available in a few sets, so I'll start with that one. I'll find what seller has it, at a price that I want to pay and the amount that they have. So if they have one, I don't need that. If they have all of the ones I need, if I need 20, I'll go there, and then I'll start from that point, and then I'll buy other parts in their store that I need on my wanted lists. And then when that comes in, I'll do the same thing. So this is basically a weekly event. These containers move around. Eventually they get to the point where they're full or they're done, and then I build the item. And that happens pretty infrequently because I'm waiting on so many items. But we do have almost everything for Cafe Corner to rebuild, plus its second floor. And then we will have the Grand Emporium and the Fire Brigade. Those are the other two that I wanted to do time lapses on. So as we get closer to those time frames, we'll get that sorted out. So, but for now, hopefully you picked up some insight. I'll put some screen captures of how I create that brick wanted list on Bricklink and how I go through that process. And hopefully that gets you there. If you have any questions, comment down below. Shoot me up on an email. As always, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content, and hopefully these tips and tricks will help you out on your build in the future. Have a good day, everybody. Happy building.